Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, Chris, how you doing? Let's see who all shows up tonight. M2 Outdoors, how you doing, buddy? Oh, you having a good evening? Well, I appreciate you stopping in and checking in. I do appreciate it each and every time you come in. Y'all doing all right this week? How was your weekend? Oh, I can figure out how to maybe have to deal with some map issues. Uh-oh. I need to figure out how to do that wheel, that spinning wheel. Yo, Grant, what's happening, brother? How you doing tonight? Let me turn my little fan on. It's getting hot up in here. Daniel, how you doing? All right, buddy. Well, I appreciate that, M2. Yep, we still on the road to 1500. Once I get it and get the little buffer zone, I know that everything sticks. We we're gonna do this giveaway, homegrown outdoor adventures. Awesome. I'm glad you came in. Yeah, we're on the road to 1500, and once we hit it, I'm going to make sure it sticks, and then we're going to do a pretty good giveaway. Yeah, we were eating pizza tonight ourselves, Grant. Monday night, if I'm doing a live stream, is pizza night. Stock Explorer, appreciate that. I guess. Appreciate that. All right, not a problem, M2. But I hope you're here when we do the giveaway, though. Like I said, as soon as I get to the 1500 and we can hold it for about a week or two, So I know it's there. That's when we're gonna do the giveaway. And I got 7 more, I think, before I hit 1,500. I'd like to have a few above that to, make sure everything sticks. Yeah, it is. It's a good milestone. I never thought I'd get this far, to be quite honest. So, I'm just hoping the duck season cooperates this year. The ducks, actually. All right, brother. Take care of yourself. Yeah, if the ducks will cooperate this year, I think I'm gonna have a pretty good rest of the year. That's the hope and pray. Need weather up north. Yeah. I went out last weekend and did a little bit of scouting. Our early goose starts September 1, and the early teal starts September 9th. I have seen a few teal, which is, be honest, it's kind of early for them. I don't know why they're here. It was just a handful. It wasn't a whole bunch. So I'm hoping that we get a better deal. I hope they come in a little bit later on. Big Tiny, how you doing? Did see a handful of geese the other day while I was out. They were out on the lake. But I am really looking forward to teal. I am going to be making a few trips this year, even during the teal season. So hoping that works out good. M2, thank you so much, buddy. Yeah, Big Tiny, I'm gonna tell you, when you type that in, I misread it. I read M2 stupid, damn it. That's how I went. I know Big Tiny ain't talking like that. Yeah, it was funny. I had to look at it twice. Hey, no worries, bro. No worries whatsoever. Oh, goodness. You're excited about your gifts today. What'd you get today? Once I get a few more channel banner done, stickers done. Oh, okay. Cool. I got to get some new decals, man. I only got one left, and I've talked to several people here in town, and dude, they just want so much. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Everything's just going up and up and up. No, it don't sound rude at all, bro. I checked with one company here in town, and they wanted about $250 for 100. Another company wanted a little over 3, and for 100, and I mean, they're not. I mean, that's the decal right there. I don't see where it's that. That's all. I just don't have it right now, so I'm gonna hang tight. Been thinking about doing another logo, maybe something more generic instead of having the state of South Carolina on it. So if you don't mind, don't make me do math this late at night. What did that come out to? I can't do math in my head. Let me grab my phone. $156. Yeah. Whistlers in the Shrubs. John, I got some pretty good video the other day of whistlers flying. I think I did pretty good with it. I came into a little flat and they were everywhere, dude. And I just started filming them. They were getting up, flying around. Yeah. I just wish the whistlers would stick around a little bit more come November. But where they're at, everybody and their brother is going to be in there, and there's no chance you'll get a shot off. Yeah. Now that he's got the design in his computer. Mark Taylor, what's going on, buddy? How you doing tonight? We're going to be talking, well, as always, hopefully we'll get a few more people in here, but, we're, oh, really? Yeah. What I want to talk about tonight is motors, boats and motors, mud motors in particular. And of course, if anybody has any other questions about any duck hunting related stuff, we'll go with that too. We can talk about it. Boats and what? Boats and mud motors. So how many? I know I got a couple of duck hunters in there. Anybody in here got a mud motor? Hose. You not watch the movie Step Brothers? No, I have never watched the movie Step Brothers at all. You did have a mud motor, or you watched the movie? Well, Mark, if you had a mud motor, is there any reason why you got rid of it? Just out of curiosity? Any particular reason? Excel boat and a gator tail. How'd you like that combination? I know Excel makes a great boat and gator tail makes a good mud motor. It was trouble. Oh, really? Yeah, we got them everywhere as well up here, John. I am a mud motor fan. I know a lot of people aren't. I know a lot of people say that the mud motors are kind of like airboats. And they chase the ducks off. And I do know that a lot of people, I'm not saying misuse them, but they misuse them when they're trying to scout. And they don't, they try to run up into where they think the birds are, and they end up flushing everything out of there. The motor left you twice. What, break down on you? Yeah, that's a common occurrence with my motor, and I got a Go Devil. Ignition problems. Okay. Yeah, I've busted some belts. Of course, I broke a throttle cable. Had the engine actually blow up on me one time, but that was because the baffling and the muffler went straight into it. Oh yeah, I remember that. Now, when you say you're having, I got a buddy of mine that has a gator tail, and he's had some electrical issues with his. It was usually a ground wire that came loose. I don't know if that was your problem or this ignition itself, the switch was bad or what, but Old Chino. A Chino, depending on where you're from. What do you think about putting on it? You want to put a long tail or I'd put a long tail on it myself, but Mark J. Larson, what's going on, brother? Are you looking to put a short tail on it or a surface drive or short tail or a long tail? J. New. Got busted by a doe in your stand? Uh-oh. You still working on your boat blind, Chris? Yeah, we're talking a little bit about mud motors, Chris. So if you got anything you want to say, let me know. I either missed something that Tiny said or he's chatting in like 2 or 3 rooms again. Oh, okay. You're referring to the duck blind up at the WMA? Okay. Is that the big blind that you built? You still have that? But mud motors, getting back to mud motors for a minute, I like them personally. I think you can get to places that you couldn't get to before. I think it opens up new places, new possibilities. They can also put you in a world of hurt. If you can get too far back up in there and something happens and nobody can come get you, or you actually stick one, and I have stuck them. You didn't draw this year, so you're trying to find a place to hunt. Okay. I know Chris has got him. He's doing a little on his channel. He's doing a series on his boat, and he's got a mud motor longtail that he's building. For those of y'all that are interested in that, you might want to go over to Duckalope Outdoors and take a look at it. I'm trying to figure out. Okay. I'll tell you. I do my lives on the PC, and I use StreamYard, and I go through StreamYard. Not a problem, Chris. Hey, if you want to come up here and you all you got to do is let me know. I'm just not the motor building kind of guy. I just don't build them. I'd rather just go and get one, fix it if it needs it, if I can, if it's simple enough. But my motor is taking me a lot of places that I would have never been able to get a traditional outboard in. And it's a whole new world trying to learn to drive them. Most of your outboards, because the shaft runs straight down the stern, they're easy to turn and turn on a dime. Hole shots are faster. And it takes a little bit longer to turn these things around and get them turned around. But, it just gets you into some stump field, cypress knees. You just roll right over them. But I had a question earlier today. Guy sent me a message and wanted to know had a phone call. I heard pizza, and that was it. But I had a question earlier today. Guy sent me a message and wanted to know what I thought about Mud Buddy, the Mud Buddy brand. And he was wanting to put it on a John boat. And, and I basically told him, I'm a Go Devil guy. I like Go Devils. I like Go Devil motors. I like Go Devil boats. I think even though I know that I've had some issues here lately with my motor, it's still one of the most reliable motors out there, in my opinion. And I think the opinions kind of go like, what's the difference between a Ford and a Chevrolet? You have Ford, Chevrolet, Dodge, Toyota, Nissan. It's all what you like. It's just the brand that you like. They're Chevrolet guys, they're Ford guys, or Dodge guys. There's Jeep guys. There's, so it's just, the brand that you want. It all works the same. You put it in gear and you press the pedal and you go. What I'm trying to get at is, if you want a mud motor, and do your research on them, take a look at them, because they can be intimidating, some of them, and because you think you can go anywhere, and the reality is you can't. Is steel shot federal, or is it by the state? It is federal. I should say non-toxic shot is federal. If you're going to hunt migratory waterfowl, you have to use a non-toxic shot. Gator tail must have been a Chevrolet. Well, if it creaked when the door opens, then it was definitely a Chevrolet. I got a Chevrolet, and day one the door creaked when I opened it. So, that's what my wife called my backside a mud motor. But do your research. Mud Buddy makes a great product. Gator Tail makes a great product. Go Devil makes a great product. There's others out there. There's Copperhead. Copperhead motors, Beaver Tail motors. There's a lot more out there. I just can't think of their names. And then you can make your own. You get a little Predator engine that you can get out of what's the name of the not parts store, but the I can't think of the name of it now. Place you can go buy tools, the tool place. I can't think of the name of it now. Harbor Freight. That's it. Harbor Freight. Yeah, you can go to Harbor Freight and buy you a motor and build you a frame and get you a aftermarket shaft and a prop, You can build one. I mean, they're, you know, Harbor Freight was what I was looking at. You know, or you, like I said, you can build one or you can buy one off a production, and it's just all what you want. Go Devil, in my opinion, are more reliable. They're not the fastest motor. Um, Mud Skipper motor kits. That's it. You know, there's pros and cons to everything. Go Devil is not the fastest motor, but I think they're more reliable. Mud Buddy, they have a lot more different styles and modifications on them. I'm not sure if they're still building it or not. I haven't checked on Mud Buddy in a while, but they used to have one that had a foot on it similar to a regular outboard. And, you know, my issue with that is it had a lower unit on it, and you're hitting stumps and logs and whatnot, and you hit one good enough, you're going to crack that lower unit. But they still have, you know, they have good motors. And I think they got them up to 50 now in Mud Buddy. Gator Tail, other than what Mark was saying, he had ignition problems. I know another guy that has had electrical problems with his. It's still a great motor. Now they got a good hole shot. They got a lot of good speed to them. And you know, they make a great motor. But the one thing that you got to concern yourself with is if you want to put one on a John boat, just a regular John boat, you need to know if it's a tall motor, if it's a short transom motor, or if it's a tall transom motor. That is the biggest thing I would say you'd have to look at. You're on call my first weekend of teal season. Ouch. Your throttle cable was a pain too. Yeah, I've changed out throttle cables on mine, but I've never had one break like it did, like the one got me on the swamp that one time. But I think I've got that problem pretty much fixed. If I come across that problem again, hopefully I won't. But you know, so you know, there's pros and cons to all of them. But like I said, if you're going to get one, and let's say you got an old John boat at the house, you know, you need to know if it's a tall transom or a short transom. And if it, you know, then if you go and pick up a motor somewhere, you got to know if that motor will fit, which one it fits. It either fits the short or if it's the tall. That would be the only thing that I'd look at. So, see, how you doing? Out feeding worms. Okay. But yeah, so that's what I want, you know. I know Mark saying he's had some issues with his, Mark Taylor rather, not Mark J, but Mark Taylor. I tell you, Mark, I've had them freeze up too, and I solved that problem. If you, and I'm gonna see if I can't find it. I can't remember where I put the dang thing, and I gotta go see if I can locate it. I may have to go get another one. but there's a way to lubricate that cable, and it's I want to say it's like a syringe that the guys use on motorcycles. It's kind of got a needle to it. Hey Tina, hey Kyle, that you squirt the fluid and then work your lever back and forth to get the fluid all the way in there. It's like an antifreeze. But yeah, I've had them freeze up in the past too, and that's how we solved that problem. I'll see if I can't find it one day. Maybe do a video on it. Yeah, you saw that. Yeah, I want to say it's made by Harley Davidson. That particular syringe. I have one somewhere. I just haven't. I don't know if it got accidentally thrown in the trash, but I can't find it anywhere. It's usually right in my preseason checks when I change the oil, and right before the season starts. Usually I'll do it. That's the last thing I'll do before the season starts is change the oil and check the gas lines. I changed gas lines out last year, so I don't need to do it again. They're still good, but I do need to do an oil change. I know a lot of guys. It's like taking care of your motor if you run in salt. If you have a traditional outboard and you run it in salt water or brackish water, as soon as you come up from fishing, you take it out and get it sprayed off. You spray your boat out, you spray your boat off, you spray your motor down, and then you hook up fresh water to it and let it run for a while. You're doing the same thing. I mean, it's just all preseason checks. I usually carry a little bit of antifreeze in the boat during the wintertime to clean out the drain hole, especially if we had snow or rain and it freezes, to thaw the ice out. All right, Tiny. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you coming in. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your way out if you haven't already. Do what? Cody, how you doing? Are you serious, bro? Boy, they're going to stop at nothing. They are so. Are you kidding me? Cody, I just sent you a message real quick. All right. Yeah, give me a second, y'all. I'll be right back. Hey, Kitty, turn it over to Fox News. They're raiding Trump's house. It's supposed to be doing it now. Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know. Oh, sorry about that, guys. No, that's okay. Yeah, I just went in there and went over there and talked to my wife real quick, and she was watching it. I ain't lying, Bo. Serious. They're going to stop at nothing. I'm telling you, they are scared to death about the midterms and about the next election. Oh. They're, I mean, seriously, you guys, they are scared to death. Well, I guarantee you, if I turn this live stream over into that side of the aisle, and y'all shared all that out that I'm talking about this, I'll have my 1500 before the night's out. Golly. Yeah, if I turn this into a political channel, I'd have my subscribers. Oh man, I've lost my train of thought about talking about mud motors. So how long? I mean, the FBI will be at my place. There you go. That's all I got to say. And that right there. So did they just get there, or they've been there all day? Now, you ever been in a fight in the woods over where you were hunting because you should be, even though you were? No. I've gotten into I got into a verbal one time. I beat a guy to a hole, and he come up there yelling and screaming that this was his hole, and I told him he could join us if he kept his mouth shut. He actually thought we were a bunch of youngins, and when he actually saw who he was up against, Four grown men. He backed down kind of quick, but I've never been into a fight. Been in a verbal argument before. And I have gone over and talked to people about shooting swing ducks when we had ducks here. Now, I'm kind of curious to those who've been watching this and know a little bit more, because I haven't seen anything. Now that Cody's back, for those of y'all who've been watching and following what's going on, did they actually do a full-blown raid, or was it a knock at the door and said, "Sir, we need to talk to you"? Yeah, do that, Chris. I'll be getting on the road about 9:00 in the morning. I should be getting to where I need to go around 11. So give me a call. Yeah, just give me a call anytime, buddy. But getting back to mud motors, if you're looking for speed, all right, buddy. If you're looking for speed on mud motors, you're not going to get the speeds that you got from a traditional outboard, say from a 25 Johnson on up or 25 Mercury or whatever you got. You're not going to get those kind of speeds. You're not going to get those hole shots. You're not going to get the speeds. But what you will get with a mud motor is you can, you may have manufacturing defects, just like you'll have on anything that you buy, any type of machinery you buy. But just because you hit something, you hit a stump, you're not going to tear them up like you would a traditional motor. Yeah, you're not going to get the sneakiness. No, those things are loud, and there's nothing you can do about it. Is there a way to convert a long tail to a surface drive super cheap? It's all about the frame. The engines are the same. So you got an engine. All the engines are the same, Chris. It's just you got to build the frame to turn it into a surface drive. And I don't keep up with the DIY stuff, to be honest. Because I would never. I mean, I'm not saying I would never do it, but the chances are that I'm not going to do a DIY motor conversion like that. But it's all about it's because when you come off on a long tail, all right, your shaft is going to bolt right up onto the motor, right? So you got your frame and the shaft is going to bolt right up to the motor or your U-joint. With a short tail, and let me see if I can draw this. All right, I'm no artist, all right? All right, so I'm no artist. I don't know if you can, how well y'all can see that. But all right, so here's your handle right here, and your motor with a short tail, you got to have the frame has got to go down like this. And usually this portion here, right here, is either going to be belt driven or chain driven. I would say get a belt. For instance, Go Devil, the belt on the inside is actually a Harley Davidson drive belt. That's what it is. So I prefer a belt driven instead of chain driven. Let's see if I can't. And then your shaft, what you're going to have is your shaft is going to be right there. And down here is going to be a U-joint that connects all that together and runs your prop. I appreciate that, Cody. Cody says, I have to say the drawing looks kind of like a fella about to get injected by the monkeypox. I said I'm not an artist. But if you take a if you went and just download the specs to a Go Devil or to a Mud Buddy or whatever on a Surface Drive, yeah, I love you too, Cody. You'll see how you see what's going. Hey, Rob, how you doing? You'll see how they, like on mine, there's a box, downward rectangle box coming off of the shaft out of the motor is a flywheel. Down below is another flywheel, which is hooked into a U-joint. And then the shaft is into that U-joint, runs out toward the end of the propeller. In layman's terms, I'm not getting, I'm not a mechanic and don't know all the correct terms. Chris, a push pole. Push pole is your backup. Just ask Cody. He was supposed to be the push pole guy that day, and he forgot all about it and ran us up into some trees. But a push pole is your reverse. And, and it's a whole different way of driving because the long tail doesn't turn that quick. Anti, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, you're I can tell you now, Chris, if you're planning on putting a trolling motor on your boat, you better not go in the trees because you're going to rip it completely off. The way a longtail, the way they maneuver until you get used to it and learn how to stand up with a grab bar and shift your weight and whatnot, you're going to be bouncing off of trees. Hey, Daniel from Backwoods Barbarian, how you doing? So you need to learn. I mean, that's another thing is you're going to be bouncing off trees. So you just hunt the creeks and such, then I'll walk the rest. Yeah, but I'm saying if you're gonna run in the timber or any type of swamp whatsoever, you're gonna rip that trolling motor completely off. I mean, I got a trolling motor mount on my boat. And I know because I've done it. I've done it. You are gonna mount a grab bar on your boat, right? Or are you just gonna go extra slow and not worry about it? Because it's not so bad if you're sitting down and you need to go right. All you're doing is pushing the motor over to the left. But if you've got to go to the left, depending on where your handle is, you're going to be hitting yourself, and you're not going to be able to make that turn. You're going to go extra slow. Falling overboard is the easy part. Getting back in the boat isn't always as easy. Yeah. John, on hunting and stuff, how you doing? Let's see here. Hey, John from Hunting Stuff and J&J, I saw your post the other day where you got your deer tags. Well, we'll cover that up. Here are mine. I got mine in the mail too. Yeah, I know, Anti. I got some subs the other day, and then 2 days later I lost them. I'm gradually getting them back. So Daniel Miles is back. Welcome back, bro. But Chris, like I said, you know, if you're trying to make a left-hand turn, or even a sharp one, or even a smooth turn to the left, depending on where your handle sits in your boat, you may be hitting yourself on the side in your gut. Ours opens up next month, John. If I could do it all over again, what would be my ultimate pick for a boat and motor? If I could do it again, I would get a Go Devil 35. No, they got a 40 now. So it'd be the Go Devil 40 with the Ford neutral reverse, the FNR, and basically the same boat I got now, which is 1854. But I would have it configured on the inside a little bit. I would still go Devil. I'm just sold on them. Just in my opinion, like I said, opinions are like you know what they're like. Everybody's got a pair of them. They're like elbows. Everybody's got two of them. But I really do like Go Devil, and if they had the 40 FNR when I bought mine, that's what I would have gotten. And again, the boat, I'd still have the same boat. It's just the inside configuration would be a little bit different. I'd probably do a more open design. I wouldn't have the 2 dry boxes that I have now. I would keep it all open. Maybe have a forward, a bow dry box, and a gun box installed. That's what I would do different. So a gun box that I could take in and out if I wanted to. But I can tell you now, Go Devil would still be my pick. That's just how much I mean, yeah, I mean, my boat's old, man. I mean, it's almost 10 years old. I mean, it's still, other than a few mechanical issues, it's just wear and tear stuff that's just going to break. It's been a great motor. Wait a minute now. Now there's a newer YouTube agenda trying to make people that are having receiving notification for pages unsub and resub to pages to get all notification. Yeah, I've come across that too, where I know that I'm subscribed to somebody and I never get their notifications. And I go back in there and I check it again to see, and I know that, and I'll do the same thing. I'll subscribe or unsubscribe and then subscribe to them again and check my notifications. It's crazy. Who says I didn't win the lottery? I just like looking poor. If I was to hit the lottery, where would y'all have moved to? Duck related, of course. If I could move, if I won the lottery and made, and it was it was the big one, and my kids would follow, I would probably move them and myself to probably Arkansas. Probably Arkansas. And if I made enough where I could buy a little piece and where I could manage it for waterfowl, I would do it. But I think Arkansas, and the reason I pick Arkansas because it's more centrally located to travel, south of Louisiana, southwest of Texas, southwest of Oklahoma, north of Missouri, Kansas, the Dakotas. No, I probably would not move to Minnesota. Unless you secede. If y'all secede and get a good governor in there, I probably would. I've never been to Minnesota. I'd always want to visit. But it would probably be Arkansas. And that's just because it's more centrally located. You're still going to get ducks there. You're still going to have a lot of ducks. There's still a lot of good public ground. But if I win the lottery, dude, I'm buying property. I'm going to, and it doesn't have to be a lot, but I would probably buy property and manage it for waterfowl, and then travel. Better weather in Minnesota. That's probably what I would do, because then I could just travel, but I guarantee it would be off of the Atlantic Flyway. Regardless, even if I didn't move, even if I didn't move because the kids didn't want to move, and I'm not moving because I got a grandson here, and I'm not going to go that far. I would at least buy a property somewhere. More than likely be Arkansas. Your boat's back in the shop again. Is it the motor again or the boat itself? The only problem in Minnesota, Mark, is their duck season starts here shortly, and it'll end. It ends too quick. Moving to Los Angeles. Been there, done it, ain't going back. You just need to come off the money, man, and buy you a new motor. I want to see if I can do something here. Let's see. Hang on a second. I'm going to see if I can do something. Y'all just hang tight. Oh. Don't be stupid. Hey, if something happens and all of a sudden I go away, I'll be right back. Oh, that's not what I want. Oh, undoubtedly, I can't do it. Oh, it won't do. Oh, well, it won't do it. I was going to try to put a video up, but it won't. It won't let me. It was a video clip. What kind of truck did you get, Daniel? Oh, that's not good, Shiner. I was going to try to put a video up that some video footage that I took the other day, but it won't. It goes straight to a video that's coming out. It's in a folder, and when I click on the folder, it goes to the video that I made to be put out on Wednesday, and I don't want to show that yet. Sunfish Assassin, what's going on? (2019) F-150 King Ranch. Oh, man, check you out. Did you come into my town to get it, or was you able to get it up there where you're at? The bank will own it for a while. They always do, bro. You got it at McLaughlin? Oh, man. Oh, man. Let's see. What else we got? So, any more questions on a mud motor? Anybody got anything they want to add? Anybody got one that they like, don't like? Controversial issues? They're too loud? They run all the ducks off? What anything? Let's talk about it. Yeah, they're not cheap. People who think they run the WMA. Do they run it or own it? There's a lot of them out there, buddy. Public landowners. What do you want to talk about them? Yeah, you're in a better place to get a lease than I am. I mean, the people around here, number one, there's not enough ducks to have a duck lease. I could probably lease a place or try to lease a place to deer hunt that may have ducks on it. But the people around here think that there's oil in the ground, dude, because the leases are just so freaking high. We looked at me and a couple of buddies of mine looked at a piece of property that was 689 acres, and he wanted $5,000 a year, which is not bad, but he wanted us to do some work on the property with no idea if we'd be able to get it on the second year. Otherwise we go and spend $5,000, do all the work, and then he sells it out from under us or leases it to someone else without us knowing about it. We wanted at least a 2-year, a 2 to 3 year guarantee on it. Yeah, I think it's going to be a cold winter. I think it's going to be a real cold winter this year. Daniel said, I don't have a mud motor. I wouldn't mind getting one in the future, but I'm not the only one that hates hearing them screaming across the lake 15 minutes before shooting time. I'm the same way, dude. But you're always going to have those guys, whether they're in a traditional motor or a mud motor. They're going to come in 10, 15 minutes. They're going to set up on top of you regardless around here, because all they're going to do is shoot at summer ducks and then leave. Well, if it doesn't, Chris, you know what you got to do, buddy. You're going to have to shave your legs. I ain't going to forget that one. I don't know. The only ice I think I'm going to break is going to be in my teacup. You're going to own up to it. I saw something earlier and now I can't find it. Hang on. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Chris, it was $5K. That's what he wanted for it. And it's basically a deer hunting place, probably got some turkeys on it. And if there's a creek that runs beside it, if it floods out of the banks, then you'll have some good duck hunting spots. But that's what he wanted. And we were like, there's no way. Oh, I broke some skim ice. It was skim ice. But it was, up in the swamp. But there's, as far as breaking ice, breaking ice, no. Nah. Plenty of fresh shrimp down there, Cody. All right. All right, what else, guys? What else can we talk about? I'm not exactly sure how long I'm going to stay on here tonight, guys. I am kind of tired. All right, Cecilia, hope you get through it okay. I know I missed a. Yeah, we had a little. I had some skim ice last year during that little snow that we had. But that was it. That was it. That's all I hit. Well, I'll just be quite honest. Let's see what we got. You patterned the Boss ammo last weekend. You really like it. You bought a new choke. What kind of choke did you get? I'll tell you, me personally, Daniel, on my 16 gauge, I patterned it with a full choke, and I patterned it with a modified, and I get better patterns with the full choke at 30 yards. So I'm going to stick with the full. Even in the timber. But I'm in. So what gun did you shoot, and what choke tube did you get? Waiting on you. But I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay on here, guys, to be quite honest. I had to get up early this morning. I had a doctor's appointment at 7:30, and that pretty much drained me for the day. He bought a kicks full with a long range. Looks great, but a little tight at 30. Okay. Okay. Well, let me know how you did. Shoot me a message. Tell me how you did. Guys, I hate to do this, but I think I'm going to call it a night. I know it's not my usual 2 hours, but yeah, it is rough getting old, Rob. But I got to go take care of a little something. It's going to make me start sweating here in a minute if I don't. But I think, yeah, thanks for coming in, Mark. If y'all haven't already, do me a favor, hit that like button on your way out. But I think I am going to call it. I do believe that Off the Hook Outdoors is doing his live stream. So if y'all want to go over there and see Ted at Off the Hook Outdoors, just do a Daddy Duck raid. I'll be over there maybe in a few minutes, but I've got to go take care of something. And if I don't, it's going to be not a pretty sight here. So anyway, hope y'all have a great night. Have a great week. Thanks a lot for coming in. Thanks a lot for subscribing and supporting me on my channel. I 100% appreciate it. We're about 7 away from 1,500. And like I said, once I get it and once we can hold on to it for about a week or so, we're going to be doing this giveaway. So anyway, we will see y'all next time on Daddy Duck 365. I'm out. I got to go.